You'll have seen that I posted onto our socials apparently the top 50 Premier League players this season, and the list to me is quite laughable. In that top 10, you've got players like Saka, who hasn't been great this season. You've got Caicedo, who started well, Fernandes, who's been good in parts, and Odegaard. I don't agree with any of those. I look further down that list. Virgil van Dijk at 12. No, I'm sorry, but no. Cole Palmer at 16. Cole Palmer's hardly done anything this season that I can remember. Jeremy Doku's in there at 20. You have to go all the way down to 26 to see the first Villa player, and that's Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers, yeah, he started the season poorly, but he's one of the top 10 best players in the Premier League this season, you would have to say. Ollie Watkins is in there at 39. I wouldn't agree with putting Ollie Watkins in at all. So that cancels that out. You can see that there isn't that bias. Though it got me thinking about the Premier League team of the season so far. 4-2-3-1, a formation that a lot of teams play. In goal, David Raya. David Raya, some incredible saves. He makes such a difference to Arsenal. You get people trying to get into his head saying that he's short and look at the Dorgu goal against him. But the number of points he wins for the Gunners is incredible. And he's been very good last season and this season. He can make the difference in them winning the league if they do. I mean, he's got to be one of the best goalkeepers, if not the best goalie in the league at the moment. Right back, could very easily pick Timber, but I'm not going to. I think a player who has stood out and has been incredible for his team, considering that he's always been a player that fans have felt needs to be upgraded. Matty Cash at the Villa. Goals against Man City and Arsenal at home. The first goal of the season for Villa against Sunderland with that superb strike up there. He's added defensively to his game and he's getting forward again, posing a threat. Matty Cash. I could go for both Villa centre-backs, main centre-backs, Konsa and Pau Torres. I'm not going to. I'm going for one of them, but it isn't the right-sided centre-back who partners Matty Cash from the Villa, because I would have Gabriel in there. Yes, Gabriel's missed some games. He needs to stay humble at times, but he's a man mountain for Arsenal. He's a good defender. He's one of those players who's intimidating. He's strong. And up the other end of the pitch as well, he steps up regularly with several goals a season. And you see what a difference he makes to them when he's at the heart of their defence. I mean, look at the two games that we played against them, and you notice him not being there. So it's Pau Torres who lines up next to him. And so far it's just Villa and Arsenal. And you're probably thinking, well, hang on a minute, why is it just Villa and Arsenal? It's because they're the best players at the moment in this season. And Pau Torres comes in because the difference he has made to Aston Villa progressively, getting them back playing the way that they should do, passing the ball, that build up from the back. He goes through the channels, playing balls and running with it. He's so comfortable on the ball. There's a reason that Barcelona wanted him or were linked with him earlier in the season. And there is a reason why Villa's upturn in form has also coincided with that. At left back, difficult one for me. I did think about Dorgu, but that's been a bit more recently and it's been further forward that he's been playing well. So I've gone with Lewis Hall. You can feel free to criticise me for any of these choices. I really don't mind. I'd love to hear the opinions of others who they think the team of the season is. Lewis Hall seems to have adapted well at Newcastle. They've had, not the greatest of seasons, but he's versatile. He's good on the ball. He's good defensively. Very good getting forward as well. He adds to that Newcastle team. And when he joined them for the price he did from Chelsea, there were eyebrows raised. But over the next couple of years, I think we'll see Lewis Hall potentially moving on to a inverted commas, air quotes, whatever it is, a big six team. Though I hope he gets there in Newcastle, if I'm completely honest with you. two central midfielders. Well, one of them is a Villa central midfielder, and that's Boubacar Kamara. He makes the Villa tick. He's the best defensive midfielder in the league, and I will, I would die on that hill. It's not just defensively, he's adapted his attacking game, his progressive game, getting forward, playing balls, playing passes, not just dropping into our back three. You saw the cracker he scored against Wolves in the local derby. Boubacar Kamara means so much to Aston Villa that he has to be in there. He's the best midfielder this season, or is he? Because whilst we can mention Caicedo, who's been good in patches, Gimenez, who is fundamental to Newcastle's success, and Dominic Szoboszlai, who's been fantastic for Liverpool, you have to throw in Declan Rice. And Declan Rice is many people's tick for the Player of the Season award at the end of the season, and especially if Arsenal win the Premier League. But he drives Arsenal forward, that midfield monster that he is, scores some screamers, great with set pieces. He's not afraid to get to stick his foot in. He's a box-to-box Declan Rice, and hopefully he'll be one of the first names on the England sheet at the World Cup. On the right wing, there's lots of players who could go out there onto that right wing, but for me, I'm going to go with Fulham's Wilson. How great has he been? He's popped up with some phenomenal goals. How they're letting him go on a free transfer, I don't know. Yes, they've signed Bob, they've got Chukwueze, they've got Kevin, but Wilson just offers them something that little bit different, cutting in onto his left foot from the right and scoring screamers and getting assists. In my cam roll, it would be no surprise to you that it's Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers is sensational. Morgan Rogers should, on current form, be starting in the hole for England at the World Cup ahead of Jude Bellingham, another hill that I will currently die on. His power, his pace, he's becoming more of a leader. He's adding goals to his game this season after starting poorly. He's the best 10 in the Premier League at the moment. When you think about the other England players as well, he's head and shoulders above them. And off the left, we're going to go with Phil Foden, who I think has also been very, very good for Manchester City this season. And you might be thinking that he's one Man City player so far. Well, he'll pick Haaland anyway. So, you know, all is right again with the world. But Foden's played deeper at times. He's played higher up. He's played on the left. He's chipped in with some goals. He's got assists. He's made it tick. Sometimes the weight of the shirt you feel weighs him down a little bit. But when he's needed to step up, he has done. And up front, I could very easily go for Erling Haaland, scoring a phenomenal rate of goals again this season. But I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to go with a Liverpool player who on that top 50 list is in 15th. He adapted rather quickly to the Premier League. I didn't think he would be as good as he is. Hugo Ekitike. He can run with the ball, he can score headers, he can guide the ball into the back of the net. He's got pace, he's got dribbling. He's one of those players who you feel is going to be a big player for Liverpool over the next few years, unless another team comes in for him, one of the elite teams. And no, I haven't put Liverpool into that category. Liverpool are just below that level, maybe. Maybe they are elite. Maybe they're top 10. They're certainly top 20 in the world. But by that, I mean the likes of your Real Madrids, your Barcelonas, your Man Cities, your Bayern Munichs, you know. But Hugo Ekitike, fantastic season, adapting so well to the Premier League. That would be my Premier League team of the season so far. A manager, well, the manager award that can only really go to, well, it can go to a few people actually. Let's be honest. The Sunderland manager has done incredibly well this season. Silver at Fulham's doing well with them. Seventh Moyes who's doing well with Everton. But we're going to stick with Super Unai Emery, the man who's been linked with Real Madrid, who we hope doesn't leave. But Unai Emery, manager of the season, and the only way he's not going to win that this year is if Arsenal win the league. There you go. Cheers, Tar. Thank you very much. Up the Villa.